Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So let's get it started. Let's get it popping. Let's get it cracking, lacking. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, season 4, episode 1. It's going down, baby. It's going down. It seems like Gizelle wants to be friends with Karen again. I'm like, damn, Gizelle, you still with Sherman? You guys are going to therapy and shit like that. You guys haven't even been together for 2 years, and you're separated for 8 months, and then on top of that you're going to counseling and therapy. It seems like the relationship is already dead. Why try to revive that dead relationship? I'm like, And then we have Robyn. Robyn is trying to make it work, and even Juan is trying to make it work. I guess after that psychic reading, they're gonna try to stick it out and hold together. But damn, Juan, if he can cheat and do this and do that and be in love with another woman, then you know what, he's still gonna keep Robyn around because his kids are there and he wants to be there for his kids too as well. Then on top of that, he ain't got to pay child support. But I just hope Juan is there for Robyn and the kids and not just there only for the kids. And hopefully Robyn feels secure with Juan now, because it's damn, I thought he was in love with another one. And Karen basically got her perfume line out and she's ready to drop. And she wants all the ladies to apologize to her in the house that she don't really live in. I was like, oh, Karen, we reading, we throwing shade. Karen's like, I want them to apologize in the house that I don't live in. I want all of them to apologize. I was like, oh, Karen, you'll be waiting for a long time for that apology. And then we have none other than Monique. She needs to apologize to Gizelle and Sherman and her husband, saying, you better do it, because that was so wrong. And now, Chris, her husband, Monique's husband, is going to try to blame Ashley and the other ladies because they so messy. It rubbed off on Monique. I was like, Monique was like, yeah, it's that messy Ashley. Like, no, she didn't. It just blew up in her face and backfired. Chris was like, yo, I work out with Sherman and shit. This is crazy. I was like, So she going to apologize. Is Gizelle going to accept that apology? Probably not, because it made their relationship even more strained between her and Sherman. And she liked her some Sherman, and so did her daughters like Sherman too as well. So we'll see how that situation pans out. I was just like, And Robyn is still with Juan, and she's rehabbing houses, but it ain't going so well. It's taking longer than a couple of months. It's taking almost 10 months and change. So, and Ashley and the Grand Reaper are together. I was like, oh, that was so nasty to watch them make out and kiss, and the whipped cream. I was just like, it just didn't work, baby. So let's get started. So let's get it popping. So let's talk about Gizelle. She's baking some cookies and everything because she wants to bring it to Karen, because she wants to show Karen that she apologized and she's sorry. And plus, Karen told her on the reunion, hey, beat down my door, climb the mountain, swim the sea to come check on me, check on your friends. So it seems like Miss Gizelle is trying to do just that. So she's going to bake some cookies because Karen love her cookie. I was like, She was like, Karen's my friend. That's my homegirl. We gossip. We do this. We do that together. So she's kind of missing Karen a little bit. And she feel bad for her too as well. And her daughter was like, why are you baking cookies for Miss Karen? She was like, Miss Karen is not too happy with me because I kind of make some jokes. And the kids was like, are you mean to her, mommy? And then maybe you shouldn't joke with her. And so, Giselle's kind of realizing, you know what, I shouldn't have. But, it's just all for TV, baby. But Karen said, she will always be cordial with Gizelle. So they got a little bond going on. They got a bond. So, Gizelle is baking these cookies, and basically she let us know her and Sherman are back together, kind of. They're going to counseling, and after 8 months he called her after he was swinging it and dipping it and tossing it, and he was like, you know what, Gizelle, I miss you. I miss our long conversation. I miss our friendship. I miss you. I miss touching you, baby. So now they back together and they're going to extensive counseling. Okay, that sounds like a wonderful relationship. You do you, baby. And so we got Karen, she was like, I don't really want to hear from Gizelle. Like, she was so mean to me, and she was rotten. She was low down and dirty. She dressed up as in drag to come to my house to see if I really lived there. And she talked about the taxes. She talked about this. She talked about that. She did me dirty. I don't want to hear it from her. She got to really apologize. It was like Karen is too much, but Karen does look good. Gizelle look good too, but Karen looked good in them jeans and that pink t-shirt, that pink sweater or shirt she had on. She looked good. And this was the disgusting scene right here. Ashley and, the Grand Reaper basically making out and kissing, whatever. He likes to be tied up and he likes to be blindfolded. We heard he liked the dungeon. He likes to play underground. And basically they're going through some hard times because he was accused of touching the cameraman's butt, charged with assault, molestation. He was charged with everything under the sun, baby. And but the charges was dropped because the prosecutor cannot obtain enough sufficient evidence to actually convict him, so they dropped the charges. Ashley had a miscarriage, but we know she's going to be pregnant. She's already is pregnant, but she's going to get pregnant on the show or whatever. They kissing, they making up, and trying to get things back right on track. Get it on track, baby. And this is none other than Michael. You know what I mean? He got caught out there. But we don't know if it was actually true, if it was actually false, because the charges was dropped. The charges was dropped because there wasn't enough evidence. You know what I'm saying? So doesn't mean that he's innocent, just that they didn't have enough evidence to convict him. So right now he is innocent. He's a free man. He hasn't been charged with nothing or anything like that. So he's clear and free. So you can basically just say, well, he didn't do anything. But it seems like the ladies might know something else that went on set, or maybe they're saying something else because they're going around trying to say that Michael don't even love her later on with the, later on in the season, we're going to see Gizelle really throwing shade at Ashley and her husband. And so we have none other than Robyn looking at, the rumors about Michael, out here touching the cameraman butt or whatever, blase in a third. And she's like, oh, she's shocked. She don't really feel that much remorse or sadness for Ashley like that. We have none other than your girl, Candiace. Candiace is spoiled rotten. She's a privileged child. And basically her mother tried to give her everything and do everything by her, not helping her with building her own independence and standing on her own 2 feet. She's been coddling her for so long that, Candiace, don't know when to piss or when to shit. Basically she does everything by her mother because she doesn't want to hurt her and offend her, because she really don't want her mother to stop paying the bills, because she needed $100,000. The mother fucked over more money and she paid for the wedding, half of the wedding, almost a full amount of the wedding, because her father only gave her $50,000, and so I guess her mother put $150,000 down, $189,000 down on her wedding. So she got what she has. But basically they're talking about the seating arrangements. Her mother doesn't want to sit next to her father or sit on the same row as her father. And so, Candiace want her father on the front row. So basically she doesn't know what to do about the situation. She's basically timid. She's a child. And Chris, you should pay attention, because, whatever her mother says, get rid of you. You gone, baby. She ain't gonna try to lose that house. And Chris is basically trying to tell, Candiace, like, she got to step up and be a woman, Basically, that's what he's saying to her. And basically, Candiace is, talking about her brother, her long lost brother, that her father stepped out on her mother, back when they was in college and everything like that. And he cheated on the mom, but her mom still married the father anyway after they had, even though he had a child before, Candiace, and before he was married to, Candiace's mom. And she went on, but she's the type of woman that don't want the baby around, don't want to see the baby, don't want to hear the baby, don't want nothing to do with the baby. And it's like, damn, that's a part of that's your daughter's, half brother or whatever. It's not the child's fault. He deserved to be in his father and his sister's life. It is what it is. You decide to marry him after he made that mistake. If that was the case, you should have never married him. So now you're going to hold this grudge forever. So you didn't have a grudge when you said I do after he had the baby with somebody else. So miss me with all that crap that the mom's talking about, because she married him anyway. So what's the hurt? You still married him. Maybe she just thought that was the only way out. But the mom was smart. She's educated. She got degrees and shit like that. You think she'll be smarter. You think she would have some confidence where, what, he cheated on me before we even got married, he might cheat on me again, and he did. Duh. So anyways, Chris is telling, Candiace she needs to stand on her own 2 mother effing feet, because, what are you scared your mom gonna take the money from you? What you scared? She was like, no, I'm not scared of that. You know what I'm scared of? That I'm gonna hurt her, because basically her mother's living through her, and she's living through her mother. She's living the fabulous lifestyle through her mother's money, and the mother's living her youth and what she would have wanted to do. So it just seems like a really dysfunctional relationship. It's unhealthy too as well, that the mother, put her feelings and everything on her daughter, and her daughter doesn't really have any feelings. You know why? Because her daughter's been treated like a tool. I give you candy, I give you money, I give you this. You behave, you say I do, you like everything I do, and you listen to everything I say, because in return you're going to get a treat. And so therefore the mother never gained or develop trust and confidence in Candiace, and Candiace in turn never developed the trust and the confidence in herself and her decision making. And understanding sometimes you're just gonna hurt people's feelings, but you gotta move forward, baby. And so we got none other than Karen. Karen's at her house in Great Falls, basically chilling with her assistant, talking about the ladies need to apologize to her and she don't forgive them or whatever. And her fragrance line has came out. She got a billboard in Times Square in New York, and she's doing a do or whatever, but she's really hurting. What the ladies did to her last season was just way too much. And then we got Gizelle. She's on her way coming through. She's talking to Robyn. She was like, Robyn, I'm going to go see, guess what, I'm in Great Falls. And Robyn was like, oh, Karen invited you up there? She was like, nah, I'm just gonna show up. So Robyn's like, okay, suit yourself, baby. And then you have Gizelle. She was like, she called Karen, was like, Karen, I'm in the neighborhood or whatever, blase in the third. Karen was like, oh, my family is grieving right now. We got a lot going on. Karen is sitting over there making black coffee for her assistants by herself, all in her own lonesome. Nobody else is in the house. It don't seem like it. It's a big damn house. Somebody could be in the house somewhere. So anyway, she was like, we grieving or whatever. Karen is basically throwing her off, giving her, but Gizelle is trying to keep her word, and she's trying to check on you, Karen, but Karen right now ain't ready. She rather just shut the door and Gizelle's face right now to be, just to let Gizelle know that it ain't all good right now. So then Gizelle calls back and was like, hey, listen, the kids that made you some cookies and shit like that. Can I drop these cookies off? Because I bring them back home. They gonna think that things didn't go well. So then that's when Karen was like, okay, you know what? Karen was like, you know what? Just bring the cookies by. Just bring the cookies by. And so she brings the cookie by and everything like that. And she accepts that. She accepts the cookies. But first, Karen said, oh, you know what? She's like, you know what? I would have, Matt come out there and get the cookies from you. And then Gizelle was like, no, hell no. You ain't gonna, I'm not talking to Matt. I don't want to deal with Matt. I got nothing to do with Matt. She don't like Matt. She ain't feeling Matt. And she's just like, yo, I thought you was grieving. She's in her head, Giselle was like, I thought she was grieving, but yeah, I can't come see her, but she can sit there and gossip and have a conversation and chill with Matt, but I can't come through. But Giselle was like, okay. She was a good sport, and she dropped the cookies off already, but you got to give Karen her space. Karen's a diva. You're a diva too. But, right now you're putting your best feet forward, Gizelle. So we'll see what happens with this situation with y'all. If it's going to work out. Doing none other than, Monique and her husband, Chris, with the kids. The kids are getting on her nerves. She don't know if she can deal with a third one coming on. And basically it is what it is. And then on top of that, Chris lets Monique know that she was wrong for what she did to Gizelle, and she needs to apologize immediately, swift, fast, in a hurry, because he works out with Sherman at the gym, and you gonna do some shit like that. You make me look real messy. He was like, yo, I ain't feeling that. Then we got none other than Juan and Robyn. They chilling, getting a massage, and Robyn's letting us know that he's hitting it, he's tapping it. They sleeping in the same bed together. They doing it. They like rabbits. Okay. Don't start crying when somebody else come in the picture. Don't start crying when he's looking down the street at somebody else. Don't start crying when he finds somebody in the townhouse complex. Don't start crying when he sees one of the mothers on the team that he's coaching, one of the children's mother, and he takes her out, or whoever that woman he's in love with, and he, end up, finding out he's texting her and things like that. Don't come crying, because you already know what you're dealing with. Hopefully the psychic was good for y'all, because it's good to have a mother and a father together with the children. But if you guys don't love each other, and you're only standing there for the kids, it's really a bad situation. Don't do it for the kids, man. So we got Ashley, she meets up with Gizelle and she gets the gift, basically hoping that, she gets pregnant again and she can name it after Oprah, and she actually is going to get pregnant again. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to Ashley. She's having the Reaper's baby. And so we get to, none other than, Candiace. Candiace is sitting down with Karen. They get along, there's an age difference that Karen said. Karen said, it's all good. She gets me. She likes me. She wants her mother to dress like me. Yeah, Karen do dress nice. And so far her wig has been on point. Last season her wigs was, running from her head. But it's all good. I like me some Karen. I like all the ladies on this show so far. So they haven't really done nothing to make me mad. Only Ashley did for a little bit, and then, I got over it. So it is what it is. And so we got none other then Candiace, she's sitting there, she lets the cat out the bag, and she lets Karen know that she has a half brother and she can't invite him to the wedding because of the mother, and she's hiding a secret from her mother. And Karen's like, oh my God, you feeling your mother's guilt, you wearing your mother's guilt, you carrying your mother's baggage. I was like, yeah, the mother was okay with the baggage before, but now she ain't. And was just like, damn. Karen's like, well, that's too much, you gotta live your own life, girl. Like, come on, you don't do that to your child. But Candiace, been had her hand out her whole life. Basically, when she became an adult, she never made her own decisions or her own choices. Her mother made it for her. So therefore, her mother feels like she still can continue to make these decisions. So you need to sit down and have counseling with your mother and go through it. Go see a psychiatrist somewhere and have this mama and daughter issues resolved. But, it is what it is. So she's going to invite her brother. Brother's coming through. And so then Karen sees, oh, that's that dead plant Ashley gave you. Well, it reflects the owner. It reflects the gift giver. It reflects Ashley dead inside. I was like, Karen, you dead wrong, but girl, I'm feeling it. And then we got none other than Dorothy, which is Candiace's mother. She don't like the eggs because they too hard. And then Candiace said, Mommy, your eggs they're so runny. And so she's like, her mother, they're playing her mother like she got an attitude, but basically she just doesn't feel like Candiace should be around the half brother. And then Candiace let her mother know that the half brother's coming to the wedding. The mother was like, this is embarrassment, this is this and that, why you kissing, why you running up behind that ass or whatever. The mother is totally irate. She's totally just like she's on one, and she's like, this is embarrassing. And Candiace was like, this was 40 years ago. Like, yeah, woman, get over it. But it's like, he ain't got nothing to do with you. Like, you married the man anyway after he had a baby, outside of your relationship with him. So why can't she know her brother? That's her half sibling. They have something connected. They have something in contact, like their family. Just because you don't want him a part of your family and it brings you hurt, pain after 40 years, get some help. You're supposed to be a psychiatrist. Get some help, and you still living in your pain. You still can't see your truth. You know why? Because that child reminds you of, you should have never married that man. That's what happened. You thought he was going to change after he put the ring on it, but he did it again and again and again, and now he's on one. And you already in a relationship with somebody. Why are you worried about the stepbrother? And why would you ever keep your daughter from her stepbrother? That's wrong. Like, come on. Like, just be the man made the mistake. The baby ain't got nothing to do with it. If they want to get to know each other, why not? There's so many of us that don't know who we come from or where we come from, and then on top of that, you just gonna tell your daughter she can't get to know her own brother? Like, come on, what if somebody told you that? Ain't nobody gonna tell you that. You know why? Because you have your own mind, but you're trying to live through your daughter and have your daughter feel the way that you feel. Just because you hate her father and you can't stand him, you haven't forgave him after 40 years, you a broken, misled, misguided person, and you wouldn't be my counselor. No way. When you can't get over shit like that happened 40 years ago, and then on top of that, you want to deprive your daughter of having a relationship with him, that's wrong. And if you was counseling one of your clients, you would tell your client that's wrong. And you just living in your own pain, and like, you really need help, because that was 40 years ago. You're supposed to move on, baby. We don't hold on to baggage like that, especially when you're a psychiatrist. Like, what's good? What's popping? Peace. I'm out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Tell me your thoughts on what you think.